Ladies and gentlemen, my THORnews September 2021 fundraiser continues. It's stuck at $215, so I didn't go to the concert today. If you'd like to donate or contribute, it would be greatly appreciated. All right, we got an atmospheric river coming into the Pacific Northwest. We're getting some heavy rain up in the north into the Canadas. This area, you're under a flash flood watch. And hey, Florida, it looks like you guys are going to get a lot of rain, including you, Georgia, and South Carolina. And all hail autumn, because here comes the snow. That's right. If you're seeing that weird blue and purple stuff up in the Pacific Northwest-ish, that is snow and possibly ice, because it's going to get cold. We're getting our first official cool down of the fall. So if you get excited about stuff like that, go ahead and get excited. If you're looking at the heavy green, that means rain. So we're going to get some serious mixed precipitation up in here in the near future. I like to get obsessed with things, and I've been obsessed with the Gulf of Mexico because it's got this weird thingy that is just heading towards Florida and is probably going to bring some heavy rain. So you guys just be ready, although I think you can handle some rain. We got 2 areas over here, possibly 3 for hurricane watch, though I'm really not worried about anything right now. I don't think we're going to have any hurricane troubles until October, and then we're going to have big troubles. And here's the cutoff part to where the rain moving into the northwest. You got rain coming in, Seattle, Oregon, and the very tippy top of the Californias. We have all the major planets in retrograde, and we have solar minimum conditions, some in a bit of a funk, and we've got a leaping plasma fountain, because earlier today, September 18th, a plume of plasma leaped over the southeastern edge of the sun and fell back to the surface. NASA Solar Dynamics Observatory recorded the splash. This is our big sunspot area that we are watching. So we will get sunspots back again soon, and it has been kind of freaking out the last few days. And when I say freaking out, I mean 3 C-class solar flares. This information brought to us by industrial engineer Irene Kiotis. So, interesting things happening all the time. It's almost like the sun is sticking its tongue out at people. Who with the tongue? In some cultures, sticking the tongue out means nana nana boo boo, I don't like you. And in some cultures, sticking the tongue out means I like you. So make of it what you will. Often, when you get a giant heat blob, people will be like, hey, dude, it's about the climate. And I'll be like, what if it's the volcano magma? Anyway, we've got this ominous heat blob up by Alaska where they've had a lot of volcano activity. And then over here, and you've had a lot of wildfire activity over here. And you got a lot of volcano activity down here. Hey, the Krusvik volcano in Iceland is doing its thing. Hey, as your planetary defense commander, I think it's interesting that the United States of America and the UK just signed a submarine pact with Australia, which seemed to really, 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 really make France and China mad. And yet, the usual suspects on the right and the left, who always talk about everything, seem to be totally silent on this issue. And it's a big deal, dude. Anyway, we can discuss that later. We had flooding in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, earlier today. Check this out. This is rain in Arizona. I'm in a weird mood, and technically I'm depressed, but somehow whenever I make a video and talk to you, it always cheers me up. And in more planetary defense commander news, the Taliban now has a navy. No, seriously, bro. The Taliban has a navy. Oh my God, these jokes might be inappropriate. There's no way I'm getting contributions now. RPG powered duck or whatever. Zip bap pow, here comes the cool down. Zip bap pow, here comes the cool down. That's right. You know what? Seasons change. No matter whether you like it or not, seasons always change. And sometimes tables turn. So you'd better clear the table before it flips over. Yep, we got coolness, cold, and snow headed to the west. Although, and then it'll even cool down possibly even into the Florida wiener or whatever. But that's a little later. The cool will come down after you got some heat here. You got your river flooding in the light green, and then you got your flash flood watch in the dark green. And I think Peter has formed right under 16. We are watching these. If this changes, I'll let you know. But right now, it doesn't look like there's a major threat to land in the next 10 days. How are you doing? 2021 can be kind of a beatdown. But yeah, really bad fire season. Fire season continues, and that's the thing about fire season. Technically, these days, it's all year long. Brady Brewster, red flag warning, in effect for critical fire weather in southwest Montana. Lexi Hildebrand shared this time-lapse of the haystack fire just from outside of Boulder. And they issued some pre-evacuation notices. Yep, it's a pretty impressive fire outside of Boulder and Montana. Man, shit has just been burning and burning and burning and churning. The United Kingdom has been getting a wee bit of rain. Actually, it looks like a decent amount of rain. Dutch Since had reported on the La Palma seismic swarm and eruption update. Evacuation plan approved. 40,000 people ready for evacuation. Because if this area erupts, it could cause a tsunami that could affect the United States. The East Coast. But at this point, for some reason, I'm not that worried about it. You got so many things, clear and present danger. But if it erupts and then you have a massive tsunami that hits the East Coast, you can tell me I was wrong. Super duper happy 74th birthday to the Air Force. My dad was in the Air Force and my stepdad was in the Air Force. They have both passed on, and one day I will join them in heaven. But thank you to everybody out there. I think the Air Force, I love the military, because the military guys keep us safe, and women. And I think the Air Force guys are a cut above, a little extra cool. But what do I know? I'm a little biased. We are watching, hopefully, the giant sequoia trees in California. The Sequoia National Park do not burn because they are like massive, major, kind of Lord of the Rings type things that seem extra, extra special and magic and just cool and natural. So say your prayers for the trees and pretty much all the people of Earth. Because I think October, November, and December are going to be really rough. But I have a theory that the spring of 2022 is going to be good. Let's hope we survive till then. Hey, there's not a lot of severe weather on the map for the next week. So everybody should be celebrating these low points. Like I said, I think we're going to be escalating up. One of the worst peaks is going to be October 9th. And then we will expect a hurricane within a 5-day window after that. And so try and relax and rest and have some fun. I would do that, but I'm way too broke, so I can't relax at all. I don't know who owns this car in Tuscaloosa, but your windows are down. Happy Batman Day, everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. Happy Batman Day, everybody. Yeah, snow. Did I mention snow? There's snow coming. Yep. Yo, I don't know what they put in Sprite, but it's more than lemon and lime. I messed that Mitch Hedberg joke up. Are you the queen of the honeybees? There was a protest today in Washington, D.C. Apparently there were more flaming trash cans than there were protesters. It's a weird world after all. It's a weird world after all. It's a weird, weird world. This is Odette. This information is brought to us by Philip Pappin, who's always yapping about cool weather shit. Yep, one of the more interesting low-level circulations with Odette this afternoon. By my count, there are at least 4 embedded low-level swirls helping compromise the large mean circulation moving east away from the U.S. All the deep convection remains well east of the mean center. Got that? Jeff Berardelli. Wind picks up, air dries up, fire weather increases, weakening storm strengthening offshore. Wind, fire weather watch begins Sunday night for gusty, dry wind, elevations above 1,000 feet. And so you got more fire weather watches for California. Hi. Yeah, I'm still pretty surprised at how little press coverage and weather coverage that the fires have gotten this year. Matt M. heads up for the KNP complex as a red flag warning goes into effect 5 p.m. this afternoon. So yeah, get ready for more fires, people. In interesting good news, Betelgeuse is now at 101% of its usual brightness. Congratulations, Betelgeuse. I always had faith in you. Yeah, the auroras have been kicking the last few weeks. A greatness's dad couldn't find Google Chrome on his laptop, so she made this. And that's pretty awesome. Inflation is taxing all the nations. Ay caramba. Hey man, I'm just reporting the news. And who does the bell toll for? It tolls for Ben Knoll. December 2021, this forecast of the stratospheric temperature anomalies is pretty unusual. How unusual? The zonal mean anomaly between 60 and 90 degrees north is the second warmest predicted by the Euro compared to all years 1993 to 2020. So winter forecast tea leaves. It's hard to predict the future, asterisk, but yeah, it may be a warm winter, buddy. Yeah, everybody stay cool and help out where you can. And try, like I said, try and rest up, have some fun. Because it's going to be a wild October, November, and December, if I guessed correctly. Night lights showing some amazing photographs from the auroras over Norway on the 17th of 18th of September. It's beautiful. And it's going to be crazy for me because I'm a Sagittarius. So the last month that Jupiter is retrograde, we're now like 30 days left of Jupiter retrograde. It's usually like, feels like the world's going to end. I'm hanging on by like a blade of grass. And I don't know. It just looks like, I don't know. You'll probably see some emotional ups and downs for me next month. Over the next month I'm like, will I survive? Will I make it? Who knows? Anyway, I want you to have a great night. And if I have the energy, I will talk to y'all. Okay? Sound cool? And if you want to make a contribution to THORnews, that would be cool. And if you don't, meh. Hopefully, somehow I'll survive. THORnews will survive. We'll see. Okay. Everybody have a great night. And I love you. Stay cool. God bless everyone.